Hello there, Tuomas of Nightwish here, and you have the pleasure of watching Loud TV. As always, yes. We actually wanted to have 12 songs on the album, including the bonus track called Sagan, but we just couldn't fit any more material into the CD because 80 minutes is the absolute maximum. We have had our occasional hell as well in the past, but when it comes to this album, the recording process and the mixing, rehearsals, even the songwriting was as smooth and easy as it has ever been. We had a lot of fun in the summer camp when we rehearsed and recorded all the songs. It was just the best time of my life with this band, really. The only downside was that we had to get a substitute drummer after 1 month of rehearsals because our drummer Jukka is suffering from a severe case of insomnia, and he just couldn't do that anymore. So out of his own request, we got a substitute, a wonderful guy called Kai Hahto, to do the drums for this album and for the upcoming tour as well. No, he's just a substitute. Jukka is still very much a member of the band, but we're just gonna give him a long breather now and see where we stand in 2-3 years. Yeah, she hopped aboard, I think it was the fall of 2012, in the middle of the North American leg of the tour, Imaginarium tour. And yeah, we finished that tour with her and made her an official member of the band in the summer of 2013, together with another new member, Troy Donockley, who has worked with us since 2006 already, and he was with us through the whole Imaginarium tour, and already at that time he was as much a band member as a band member can be, so it was just a matter of making it official. Well, the Endless Forms Most Beautiful basically refers to the diversity of life on planet Earth. So we wanted to include a lot of diversity into the music as well. Well, that's always been a trademark of the band, to explore different territories musically and so on. But I still think that this album, compared to the previous one, is more band orientated. All the classic trademark elements are still there, like the choirs and the orchestras and the heavy punch of the guitar and bass and drums. But I think the overall feeling is more organic. And this has to do with the fact that we rehearsed with the whole band from day one. So Floor and Troy was there, and we really put a lot of effort into the arrangements and trying to get that old school garage band vibe back into the music.
But it's not garage sound.
Definitely not garage sound. No, that's not what we want. But the live feeling is there. At least I personally can hear it clearly. As a vocalist, Floor is as versatile as it gets. And I think one of the biggest surprises that people might have with this album is that she's not actually using her trademark operatic lyric sound in her singing that much. Basically not at all. There's a couple of parts in some of the songs, but no, we tried it in a few songs but just didn't feel right. I mean, we felt that these stories, these songs, they don't really require that style of singing. And we experimented with her vocal styles in a whole different way. Yeah, it's just felt like the right approach to all of us, including Floor, that we should kind of get rid of it mostly with this album. The songs just didn't. I mean, it's very important to be humble before the songs, so that you don't do things just because you can, just because you need to show off when it comes to high and loud singing or doing solos or whatever. I assume the closest match would probably be like a science documentary you see on Discovery channels, like the late Cosmos series, hosted by Neil deGrasse Tyson, or the original ones by Carl Sagan. These two series were actually quite an influence while writing songs for this album, especially the old Carl Sagan series. I've always been really interested in popular science, especially biology, since I was a kid. Well, I was supposed to become a biologist in life, but then music took over. But it's always been there, and also all the other band members will share this similar interest into these topics. So that's where the inspiration came from. Yeah, he's an evolutionary biologist from England called Richard Dawkins. I have been a huge fan of his works for years. He's like a hero to me. And this last song that I was just referring to was completely inspired by his books, especially one called The Greatest Show on Earth. That's where we got the title for the song. And it felt like this would be a perfect match for a song like this, to get the actual person to do some narrating into the song. He also has the gentlest and smoothest voice imaginable, so it's always a pleasure hearing him talk. So about a year ago I sent him a letter telling who we are, introducing the idea of the song, asking for this possible collaboration. And after a couple of weeks he sent me an email agreeing to do this, and then last October we went to Oxford and recorded the parts.
Did he know the band?
He didn't know the band beforehand, no. And but he told me in the email that he checked us from YouTube, enjoyed what he liked, and was happy to do that.
Is he a rock or metal fan?
I highly doubt it. Yeah, in one of his books he told me that he loves Schubert, Bach, Vangelis. It's kind of more classical style. Well, if I tell you, it's not going to be a secret anymore. Most important thing is to stay in a way innocent and humble before the songs. I've said this a million times, but the biggest cancer that you can have in music is calculating in advance. You know, making plans beforehand of what kind of music to do, how to reach bigger audiences, follow the trends and all this crap. That very often destroys music. So you just have to be humble, take the time to find the topics and the stories that you want to tell, that you really want to tell, that would inspire not only you as a songwriter, but maybe the whole band as well. The extremely happy childhood that I had still has a huge impact in everything I do, that's for sure. Yeah, Mikko has mixed all of our albums since Oceanborn, since 1998. And we have used Tero and the mastering engineer, Mika Jussila, since the very beginning as well. So the team has never changed. And I do think they never will.
Okay.
Yeah, don't change the winning team.
It's more comfortable for you?
Absolutely. I mean, nobody knows the essence of the band better outside the band than these guys. They know what it's all about. We are friends on a personal level, go back a long time, and you can always trust these guys that they not only do their job, but they put a lot of passion and personal effort into it as well. In a way, they are artists, just like us. Well, the album will be released on March 27th, and about 2 weeks after that we start the North American leg from New York. It's going to be followed by the festival season, and then South America most likely, and before the end of the year there's going to be an extensive European tour as well.